Hey folks, have you ever stared at a product page, thought this looks perfect on paper, only to end up with a unit that sits on the shelf gathering dust? That's the exact feeling I get every time I'm hunting for a reliable UPS for my home office or small server rack. The market is flooded with flashy marketing copy - instant power backup, ultra-compact 2U design, you name it. But the real test is what happens when you actually plug it in, run a few critical devices, and then experience a brief outage. That's why today I'm digging into the Vertiv Edge UPS 3KVA 230V 2U model, and trying to figure out whether it's the kind of thing that will keep your equipment humming or just another paper-thin promise. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the category itself. When you're looking at a small to medium UPS in the 3KVA range, you're usually weighing three things: how much load you can actually protect, how long the battery will keep you running, and how easy it is to install and manage in a tight rack space. The Vertiv Edge is marketed as a 2U unit, which already gives it an edge, pun intended, for anyone who's already crammed their rack with servers, switches, or NAS devices. That footprint alone can save you a full rack unit, which can be a big deal when you're working in a confined server closet or a high-density workstation desk. Now, who should seriously consider this UPS? If you're a small business owner running a couple of workstations, a modest server, and maybe a network switch, and you need a bridge of at least 5 to 10 minutes during a power glitch, this model fits the bill. The 3KVA rating translates to roughly 2600 watts of usable power, so it can comfortably handle a typical office setup: 2 desktops, a router, an external hard drive, and even a small UPS-backed printer. Plus, because it's a true online double conversion unit, the output voltage stays clean and consistent, which is a lifesaver for sensitive networking gear that can be finicky about voltage spikes. On the flip side, if you're a gamer with a high-end rig, a content creator with multiple 4K monitors, or a data center manager looking to protect a dense array of blade servers, you'll quickly outgrow the 3KVA envelope. Those environments usually need upwards of 5 kVA, plus more sophisticated battery management and scalable runtime options. In those cases, the Vertiv Edge would be more of a stopgap than a long-term solution, and you'd be better off looking at a larger, modular UPS family. Let's break down the practical strengths. First, the battery runtime is decent for its size. With a standard lead-acid battery pack, you can expect around 8 minutes of backup at half load and about 2 to 3 minutes at full load. That's enough time to either keep a server running long enough for a graceful shutdown or to give you the window to switch to a generator. What I appreciate is the built-in LCD that shows real-time load, battery health, and estimated runtime. It's not a fancy touchscreen, but the simple readout is clear and, more importantly, it updates without needing a separate monitoring software package. Another point that often gets glossed over is the hot swap battery capability. Vertiv designed this UPS so you can replace the battery modules without powering down the unit, a feature you normally see in enterprise-grade equipment. In a small office, that means you can schedule a battery change during a regular maintenance window and avoid an unexpected outage. The unit also includes an automatic voltage regulation (AVR) function, smoothing out minor sags and surges before they ever hit your equipment. For anyone whose power is a little erratic, that can be a real stress reliever. Now, let's talk about the hidden trade-offs. The biggest one is the reliance on a rather old-school lead-acid battery. While they're cheap and proven, they do have a shorter lifespan, typically 3 to 4 years under regular cycling compared to lithium-ion packs that can stretch beyond 8. If you're planning on keeping this UPS for a decade, you'll be swapping batteries at least once, which adds a recurring cost you might not have anticipated. Another practical weakness is the lack of advanced remote monitoring. Vertiv does provide SNMP support, but you need to set up a separate network management station to actually pull data, and there's no native mobile app. If you're a tech-savvy user who already runs a monitoring framework, that's fine. For the average small business owner who just wants a plug-and-play solution, you'll end up logging into the unit's web interface every now and then to check status, a bit more manual than a cloud-based dashboard would be. Installation is straightforward if you're comfortable with rack mounting. The unit comes with standard 19-inch mounting ears and a clear set of instructions. However, the power input cable is a fixed 230V plug, meaning you'll need an appropriate wall outlet or a PDU that matches the voltage. In places where you only have 120V service, you'll have to buy an external